Hello, everybody. My name is Ferdinand Soriano. Thank you for joining me here at EmPhorium Live. Some of you might not know what EmPhorium is, so let me go ahead and break that down a little bit for you. EmPhorium is a lot of things, but the word that we're trying to, or the phrase we're trying to create, or at least brand EmPhorium, it's the premier and essential Philippine product showroom and also a global business center. And basically, you take that concept and turn it live. And basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to show everyone. I mean, because the Philippine, Emporium is a physical showroom. We also want to turn it into a virtual showroom where we're always trying to create awareness for Philippine products in the U.S. And the important thing for us to do, our job really with Emporium, is to invite buyers, wholesale entrepreneurs to create awareness for the product to actually go into this physical place. That's where you are right now. I have the background of Emporium. We're part of it. So right now we're showing products from a company called Sikaya over here, and Sikaya Natural Food. What they do is they make and manufacture a lot of interesting products from the Philippines in terms of raw ingredients. They have calamansi extract powder, green banana flour, coconut flour, ube juice extract powder, which a lot of probably a lot of people are interested in knowing what that is at the moment, or rather getting that at a good source. And they also have plain coconut chips, muscovado powder, pandan, and also the landan. And this is just a partial of what Emporium is about. Emporium was created not only to create awareness and social and sales opportunities, but at the end of the day, we wanted to create something different, something unique or Instagram worthy. And I have to credit that to my founding partners, Christina Espiritu, and then also Christine Consunji. Their job is to be the creative part. I'm just all about talking. At the end of the day, my job is to just create more opportunities in handling the sourcing, the shipping part of it, and really manage that for a lot of Philippine manufacturers. But today, I'm not going to talk about what Emporium is. I just want to give you a background, because for you who may not have heard of Emporium, which was launched about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, we're getting a lot of inquiries from Philippine manufacturers, right? So what's happening now is that Philippine manufacturers are wondering how to be a part of Emporium, how to create opportunities with Emporium. See, with Emporium, it's all about selling samples. How do you create opportunities for them in a cost-effective and consistent manner? But today is not about that. I just sort of want to give an example, or rather my opinion, and I want this to sort of spread out with a lot of Philippine manufacturers. Some of you might already know what I'm saying, but you just have to sort of follow through in my thought process, because I think it's more so relevant these days, only because of the current economic environment, right? And let me tell you what topic I want to talk about. Today, I want to talk about the design and the size of your packaging. The reason why I sort of get into that is because right now there's a lot of different things going on in terms of the costing and bringing the products over here. But let me go ahead and talk about that phrase, and this is a good intro for what I'm trying to achieve here in terms of the message that I want to bring across to a lot of Philippine manufacturers, right? There's I guess it was a phrase that was coined by a gentleman by the name of Aesop. He was an ancient Greek storyteller, and again, his name is Aesop, and he said that good things come in small packages. And you could go ahead and interpret that in any way, but in my world, the way I want to go ahead and relate to that is that right now, it's so important to figure out how to effectively bring Philippine products into the U.S. market and cost effectively, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and give you an example, and let me start with that. This product right here, it's not a Philippine product. It's vitamins, iron vegan gummies. But I wanted to just sort of make a point with what I'm trying to show with Philippine manufacturers, is that I got this from an event that we attended called the Natural Product Expo. And there, everybody was selling their samples, right? So they're trying to get everybody to try it. At the end of the day, all they were trying to achieve is how do you get people to try the product? Because you can only do so much with social media, videos, and things of that nature, right? At the end, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. You got to taste that thing, right? But at the end of the day also, how do you make it cost effective? Okay, because the first topic that I want to talk about is shipping. As you know, it doesn't take much to really realize. I mean, especially in maybe a couple of months ago, more so, even the latter part of last year, everybody was talking about how in where I am at in my market, Port of LA, Port of Long Beach, there's so much congestion, right? And now from that, a lot of things have skyrocketed in terms of price. I'm not going to get into the details of all of that, but I just want to make a point. See, to me, if you don't have a choice, obviously, to bring your product in, and we're all assuming that you want to go ahead and bring the product here and you're committed because you see US as an amazing market for your product and you really believe in your product, then you have to still deal with the fact that shipping costs is astronomical, right? So if you're still interested in doing that, well, how do you make it so how do you bring the products in without costing you an arm and leg and maybe another leg? Because at the end of the day, you're just trying to get the products here so people can taste it, especially if you don't have technically any buyers yet and you're just starting out, right? So I'm always thinking about how do we bring that here? So to me, the answer has always been in my mind, well, sample products or small products like this, okay? Because if you try to bring a big product like this immediately in the beginning, what's going to happen is obviously it's going to take up a lot of room, right? And then you give this as a sample, and sometimes, honestly, some people may not even like it or whatever. So to me, the size in terms of lighter shipping, that's the reason why I'm encouraging a lot of Philippine manufacturers to go ahead and have some sort of an export-ready product or sample size. This is nothing new, but I'm just reiterating to you guys that that's the most important things to be able to do, is to create some an export-ready product such as this. So to me, it's light, right? So if you have 20 people that you want to give it to, you can get 20 of this in terms of possibly the size and the weight, right? It's the same. Now you get 20 people. And obviously, because you don't want to give this and share with other people, because that other aspect of, that virus called COVID is still around, obviously. So you don't want to be sharing food. And obviously, so from a health purpose, to me, that's actually good to try to do it this way. And I tell this to all of my Philippine manufacturers, every time I do a consultation, it's just more than anything, they might know already about it, but I'm just totally emphasizing it because of that. So the beauty of doing sample shipping, or rather sample products like this, again, it's for lighter shipping, right? Again, and then the fact that I already mentioned to you that a lot more people can try the product as opposed to that one only, right? So the important thing is to consider the fact that your mindset is for people to try have as many people try the product. And then if you're going to pay that money anyway to get the product in, you might as well get a lot of people to try the product and experience it at the end of the day, because that's what EmPhorium is all about, creating that tasting experience. Or if it's food, obviously, but people need to try the product before they'll buy it. And that's the challenge of when you're exporting a product from another country, of course, and a lot of times that's the biggest part of the expense of doing that. But again, I don't say that to be a negative. I say that because you should be excited, because U.S. market is amazing as far as whatever products that you're trying to sell or expand in that capacity or in that market. Now, I already talked about the more units of products for people to experience, save money on shipping. Definitely save money on shipping. Those are the points. And then reduce the risk of consumers getting products and not helping. See, the part that I don't like sometimes is that that I gave away these samples, and sometimes people will like it and they give me a feedback, but I find that the Philippine manufacturer have to realize that with this, there's no risk. It's just a simple product. But sometimes people take samples and they're big size products like these again, and you never get any feedback. You never get any sort of understanding if they liked it, what they think about it, and it's just one person. I don't know if that makes sense. All I'm saying is that I want as much feedback, because if our job, if EmPhorium's job is to go ahead and create awareness and create data and create selling opportunities, you definitely have to do the numbers game, so to speak, and get as many people to try it, because not everybody's going to like the product. So to me, that's the only way that you're going to be able to create that awareness, is to have as many products as possible, maybe in the size of something like this. Okay, so to me, again, going back to that, these are other products that I saw this one is a women's care gummy probiotics, and they put it in these great packaging little carts. So imagine as one of our jobs in EmPhorium, if we had like 20 of these and we're just passing them out, at the end of the day, you'll get somebody to like it. And then, but our focus is not necessarily just on the consumer. Where our EmPhorium's purpose is to create awareness with also the corporate buyers, the wholesalers, and things of that nature. So our market is vast, but I'm still a big fan of having products like this, as opposed to having products as a sample, labeled as a sample of the size for this. Obviously, all of this is just about food, right? But it applies with clothing also. People want to try it and see the material and things of that nature, but that's another topic itself. So with that being said, I'm probably going to stop there, because at the end, all I'm trying to do at this point is make you be aware of some of the products that are currently in EmPhorium right now. Let me go ahead and continue and go back to that. Right now, just wanted to tell you that one of the products that we're going to be featuring this Saturday, an event in the San Fernando Valley, is a product called Lemoncito. This one is it's a calamansi. It's a Philippine lemon, just for those people who might not know what a calamansi is. It's a juice concentrate, and also it has honey. It has different types of variation. One is the concentrated, one is also a concentrate, but it has ginger in that. So there's some medicinal purpose that's attached to that combination. And then some of the products that we currently have here, just so that we can actually feature them and maybe to start talking to the manufacturers about it also, so you can understand, because there's always a story for all these products. But this one is called Japonica brown rice. It's quality brown rice. So for all of you people out there who is trying to eat rice but be a little bit more healthy, I guess, or more conscious about it, definitely a great product. And then we have their premium quality rice, again with Donna Maria. That's the name of the brand, Donna Maria. The packaging is amazing. I like to think so, right? And then also the brown rice. Now on my right side again, going into yesterday, I had a meeting with these people, with this manufacturer. They're called EHO Superfoods, and they make cocoa sugar along with this brand this product called banana flour. So a lot of you may not be familiar with banana flour, but obviously it has a lot of different purpose and alternatives and why people use it. Again, I'll just read it off the label. It's healthy multi-purpose flour. It's organic. It's 100% gluten-free, non-GMO, pesticide-free, as well as vegan, which a lot of people in the U.S. are very much so looking for that in terms of the type of products like this. Again, it's a great alternative for the regular wheat flour. Again, that's just my opinion, of course. But we have the cocoa sugar. Again, like I told you, that's what's so amazing about that, is if you don't want, if you have issues with diabetes, that's a great product to use as an alternative for if you want something sweet in coffee or whatever it is that you make, you use sugar in. That's actually very helpful. Now, the other products that we have with EmPhorium, at least in this section of it, in the kitchen section, is Mct Oil, which stands for medium chain triglyceride. Again, it's 100% coconut. It's from a company called Chemres. And then I don't think you could see it there, but I already showed you brown rice puffs. Okay. And then what else are we missing the thing that I really want to emphasize too is really the ingredients, because a lot of people are looking for the ube juice extract powder or ube powder, period, for a lot of the baking. Each one has their own, use in terms of, what's the word I'm looking for? The application. It could be for a drink, it could be for something for baking. But at the end of the day, Sakaya Natural Foods is probably one of the few that actually is very focused on the quality of the type of product that it offers. So I want you to kind of research that. Again, some of the products, let me reiterate, so just in case you guys are in front of a computer and you're looking at it and you want to research it now. One is called Sakaya Natural Fruit, and then the other one is EHO, HIJO, Superfoods, Banana Flour, and then Chemres, CHEMREZ, and then also Donna Maria, the rice, the brown rice and the white rice, and then a company or a product that we're featuring this Saturday's event. It's called Lemoncito. And again, it has two variants right now. One is the juice concentrate with added sugar and honey, and then the other one, it actually has ginger, and then the Donna Maria brown rice puffs. And that's also, I don't know if you can see it, but it's also ChemRest. It's coconut cooking oil. Anyway, with that being said, let me check to see if anybody was actually watching us, which I think they were. So for those watching us, I do appreciate your time. I really think that you made a good investment to give me at least 15 minutes of your time. We're probably going to be doing a lot more of these segments because we're sort of experimenting with different types of promoting these products. Remember, for those who may not know, EmPhorium, again, it's spelled EmPhorium, and that's there's a big shout out to, so to speak, with the PH. That's why if you look at our logo, it's got a big PH on it. So again, for those who just tuned in and they want to know what the heck is EmPhorium, EmPhorium is a premier and essential Philippine product showroom based in the U.S. That's an important thing. It's based in the U.S. in California, Southern California, Los Angeles. Let's go ahead and keep doing subheadings on that. And it's a global business center. And the global business center means is that with EmPhorium, our goal is not to show just the products. At the end of the day, we're trying to create a brand that's going to be iconic to having a place for a lot of Philippine products if they want to be here and send the samples and provide their products here for display, so that we can invite people who have the ability to buy these products, like wholesalers, online retailers, and who else? Basically mom and pop stores that are looking for a direct source of products. But again, that's not the only thing we do here at EmPhorium. What we do is also create events for these products. And we also do a lot of empowering. And what I mean by empowering is we try to put on webinars. And the next webinar, as a matter of fact, for any of the Philippine manufacturers that are interested in attending, the next event is going to be taught by Olive Enriquez of Luna Design International. She has been in the business for a long time. I don't mean to sound like she's old or something, but she's been in the business for a long time. She's worked with the Department of Trade in the Philippines, and she's going to talk about packaging and design. So I sort of gave you a preview of what that's in store. We're probably going to talk a little bit about the packaging and how important it is in terms of the design, how it's going to be compliant with FDA, but also maybe the size and talking a little bit about that. But again, like I said, EmPhorium is about education. It's about creating the opportunities and also collaboration with the community. And every show and every segment that we're going to do, we're really going to start doing a lot more of that. So stay tuned for live selling. Stay tuned for interviews from the companies that are going to be a part of EmPhorium in terms of their products being here. I mean, I don't have anybody, I wish I could show you the other products that we currently have here. But again, the EmPhorium, please check us out, www.emphorium.com. We're in Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I think we're also on TikTok. And that's always fun to be on TikTok, right, for all those people that are using TikTok. So at the end of the day, our job is to continuously figure out ways how to do a lot of that awareness. And again, thank you so much for tuning into us. And I hope that you continue to watch the growth and also the support, because EmPhorium is really not going to be successful if people don't buy into it, so to speak, in terms of the bigger picture of what it's trying to do, which is to sort of be like a gateway to the U.S. market, and not just from a selling standpoint, but providing that empowerment. Because what's important is, just like I've always told everybody, that I look at exporting as like when my dad first came here in early 70s. Gosh, I'm dating myself. In the early 70s, where he knew what he was doing. He believed in himself. He saw an opportunity here in the Philippines, in the U.S., but he didn't know a lot of people. So he was just very fortunate that he did know people enough so that they can show him the ropes, so to speak, the lay of the land, and be able to sort of function in such a way that, if he believed in himself, then he can pretty much look at everything like that, where, yeah, just show me where it is, I'll figure it out, but at least show me where I need to go to get a job, to find a place to live. And I take that same thought process in exporting. I think what EmPhorium needs to be is more like sort of a beacon, I guess, or some just like a helping hand. Because at the end, everybody needs that, especially a lot of exporters. They need a lot of data. They need a lot of ideas on where to go for certain services, and that's also a big thing with EmPhorium, because we're very proud of some of the collaboration that we've created, not only from buyers, but also freight forwarders, U.S. customs brokers, FDA compliance companies. What else? I'm having a moment. I can't figure out the rest, but those are the things that I find that helps create opportunities. It's not just finding a buyer, but how do you get the products here? How do you store the products? How do you deliver the products? What insurance company do you use for product liability? There's so much, but at the end of the day, all of that is available with EmPhorium. So again, thank you so much. Please stay tuned next week for another one of these interesting topics on just my opinion. And this is my way of trying to help out and maybe change the mindset of exporters in terms of how should they attack the U.S. market, in terms of how do they prepare their product to be able to be effective in that market that they're pursuing. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. I'll sign out from here. Thank you.